There we go.
All right. You ready?
Yeah, what you sipping on?
I'm sipping on some Jim Beam and some I got some Yinglings I had at my crib. This is my birthday.
I, I wish I can drink right now, bro. My AC went out at my crib, so it's hot.
Yeah.
Hydrating.
Yeah, I see you with the water.
Fucking my dude came today. Hopefully the part be in by Wednesday or Thursday. I had to go buy some. I just came from buying some little portable ACs and whatnot.
That shit get real down there. All right, let's start it though. You ready?
Yeah.
This is Brothers Talking Shit podcast episode. What we at? 158? Oh, let me check, yo. It's been a minute.
It's been a minute, people.
Hold up. Let me get it right. Thug niggas be on point game tight. This is Brothers Talking Shit podcast episode 158. If you don't know, after 158 episodes, who I am the Flush Man, also known as the Fat Boy, also calling you brothish, and I'm still your Huckleberry. Holla at me.
Y'all know what it is. Your boy Jay, aka Big Swole. Here about to put the muscle down on you, and we about to hold it strong for the Brothers Talking Shit. Hard.
Now, your eyes are not deceiving you. It's just me and Jay right now. Cool will be joining us. JB will be joining us. That's how we doing it as of right now. It's still family. It's still love. Shout out to Juice and his future, all the things he got going on. You feel what I'm saying? His plate full musically, he got a couple things brewing up, and we will be talking about that as we find out that information because it's always love. But, it's the 2.0 type situation. Iceberg will be here and there, so Iceberg ain't going nowhere. He's still around. But for right now, you stuck with me and Jay. That's how it is. Don't do that. Don't Jay the kiss, brother. Listen, bro. Listen. It's the big beard. Look, my beard getting a little big now, Jay. I ain't where you at, but my beard trying to catch up. So it's the big beard gang out here.
Yeah.
Let's go. Philly to Baltimore. Let's go. Matter of fact, Philly to Florida. Let's go. All right, man. First of all, I want to apologize to everybody that we've been going for 3 weeks. Those who really ride, I know we become a part of your daily life. This has become part of my daily life. And, I didn't necessarily know if we would be back here. Let's keep it real life. It ain't, things happen in life and, things test us in life. You know what I'm saying? And through those tests, you get to see, where it stands as far as situations. You get what I'm saying? It tests when you got longevity with individuals, you're going to get tested. You know what I'm saying? And it's not about the actual test that happens, it's about how we go about fixing those things. But there's a little second there where I wasn't sure if we was going to get episode 158. But we are to that point where the 158 is happening, and all that situation that was present at the time is something that we moving on from. So that's not something that's still there. You get what I'm saying? But I think the true test is going through something with your folks who you love and how y'all react to that and get back to where you need to be.
All about trials and tribulations, right? As they say in the word, he ain't gonna give you too much that you can't handle. So, we got this little speed bump, and you know what I'm saying, we moved off of that. So, 158 here, people. So y'all,
let's go.
Ready. We missed. All right. So yeah.
Now, Jay, it's me and you. You can't be saying no real wild shit. All right. I'm letting you know now. You gotta chill. Okay, because we about to talk about your man. All right. And we got to talk about your man. We gonna have fuck it. Say what you gotta say, fuck it. So R. Kelly has just been convicted in a sex trafficking trial after decades of allegation about sexual misconduct with minors. How you feel about that, Jay?
I don't know. R. Kelly, you can't take away his music, right? So his music is one thing. What he doing in his personal life is another. Did we see this coming? Yeah, we kind of seen this one coming. So I'm not too mad about it, but yeah.
It was well deserved. You get what I'm saying? That man, he's violated. This is something that's been years of speculation, but it seems to be true. It is definitely. End of the day, I wasn't there, but so I can't say, matter of fact, It's true. But I mean, when you got that many allegations, you know, put him under the jail. You get what I'm saying? That's just how I feel about it, you know. And I hear people say things like, you know, well, there's white men who did it and this, that, and the third. Well, for me, it's more important. I mean, I believe in battling things from the inside. You know what I'm saying? Before I can worry about what happens in the white community, I have to worry about what happens in my community. And what R. Kelly was doing was affecting my community. So before I go into this space where it's like, well, you know, this, that, and the third, and this guy did that, and this guy did that, I'm more concerned with the R. Kelly because he's doing that to little black girls. Not saying that it's okay for them guys to do what they did or put it to the side or whatever. But to me, R. Kelly means more to me. This situation means more to me than even those guys, because at the end of the day, you're talking about young black girls. We all got, whether we have daughters or nieces or cousins, we have them. And we have, you know, they might have a talent or whatever like that. And, you know, you're talking about a man who hung out at a McDonald's across the street from a high school for years. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, he was on the prowl. You know what I'm saying? He had a whole situation set up for this, you know, a whole, you know, people put in place to go about doing this. So for me, it's a thing where it's though, yes, he deserves. I hope they put him under the cell. And now the whole separating him from the music thing, Jay. No, I can't do it. I gotta put him with the music. You know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong, I was a big R. Kelly fan. You know, I can name a couple of joints. You know, a lot of joints that I took off my playlist and stopped listening to. A lot of songs that I didn't want to remove. But end of the day, I can't support that because every time I hear his voice, I think of young black girls in those studios, bunk beds, and all the wild stuff that have been, you know, he's been found guilty of, and I can't do it.
So with that, are you taking away the stuff that he's wrote for other people? Because if you take away his, then he wrote for other people. So are you gonna take that away too?
That's a deep question. I think it's a little different because it's hearing his voice.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? So I mean, if I heard the Michael Jackson joint he did, and I haven't listened to it, so I don't really know because maybe I haven't. Matter of fact, Contagious was on today, and you know everybody, if you know from our generation, you know the words to Contagious, you know. So I mean, I don't think so. I don't think as far as the songs that he's wrote do I necessarily not listen to. But when I hear his voice, you know, that's definitely a no for me. But you feel like what musically we can separate it though, Jay?
Yeah, I mean, because if we look at it, right, so he got guilty on one count of racketeering, right? And the other 8 counts was just violating the Mann Act, right? So with those, I mean, he's looking at life in prison. Will his music stop? No. If you want to look at it as that aspect, will we see another, you know, R. Kelly record, or will we see a feature? I believe so. How
if you're looking at life? If you're looking at life, you think how do you see a feature?
He's still doing things. He's dropping these credits with these people. Don't get me wrong, like you know what I'm saying?
People using his music.
Oh, people are definitely going to use.
Well, that was the thing. That was the thing they were talking about. The whole Drake, one of the songs on his album using.
I think it's Tim's.
What happened?
I think the song is called Tim's.
Right, and he used a sample from R. Kelly. So are we okay? So let's take it there. All right, so let me ask you, because you weren't really clear about it. Do you separate? How do you feel? I said how I feel. How do you feel about the music? And
I'm definitely, whatever he did to the people obviously wasn't right. So don't get me there. But I'm still gonna play if it comes down to a J or Big Swole night, and I gotta set that mood right. My mind's telling me no.
See, they go one of them bars that make me very uncomfortable. It sounds crazy to hear that shit, bro. Like that shit is crazy. Like that. Thank you for doing that. See, that shit right there is a fucking problem for me, bro.
Yeah,
that's just a problem. What do that sound like when you hear those words? My mind is telling me no, but my body's telling me yes. Something wrong with that.
Now that I'm thinking about it, right? So when I hear this, and let me tell you exactly where it takes me. When he was dating Aaliyah, this is where it takes me. Straight when I heard that, right? So he was saying, my mind is saying, no, don't do this. I know I don't, but my body is. I'm a man. I got needs. I got urges, so I got to fulfill these urges. Now back then when I first heard this, I was just saying it like I don't know what the hell he's talking about, But now
we act like we wanted to ignore it for years. Let's keep it a
exactly.
big. The sex tape came out. It's not like 2018, 2017, whenever that stuff dropped. That was the first time we heard these allegations as far as him. I'm saying it wasn't the first time we heard that. So we've always heard things. You know what I'm saying? For me, it's a thing where though I don't think it started with Aaliyah. It was before that. If you watch the R. Kelly doc, the drink they had on Lifetime was Surviving R. Kelly. I mean, like I said, Main Man hung out at a McDonald's across the street from my high school on a daily basis. There's something telling about that. You get what I'm saying? So that was the first sign publicly of his his actions. But I mean and
people read. He might have been getting a tutor. Like I'm not disqualified. He might have got one of those teachers or a student to tutor him because he couldn't read.
Hey Jay, get the fuck out of here. Jay.
I'm just saying we don't know.
Listen, man.
There.
Listen, man. They I hope they throw the book at it, man. Because you talk about the mind control. I can recall even listening. I want to say in the last 2 years, I don't recall exactly when the last two standing girls were on TV and listen to the young girl talk about just defend him and talk about him, like the mind control, the mental. Imagine if you had to go looking for your family member. You had to go knock on that door looking for your daughter, and he had the mind control over her, whereas though she didn't even like she was somebody who you raised or been around or you've been a big cousin to or whatever. And go ahead.
That's what make the difference between these people and me. Because I'm coming in. I'm a biggie.
You can't get in that door, Jay. You're not getting in there, Jay.
I'm kicking in the door with the 4-4. What Biggie say?
And he got security for niggas your size.
They don't stand a bullet because I'm getting.
They got the guns too.
Yeah. Well,
I'm just saying, man. Like,
it's gonna have to go down.
The mind control and the way he had them girls, man, like that's just something that it angers me. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I got sisters, we got family members, we got folks that we love and we care about. We got daughters, you know what I'm saying? And he was doing it in our community to our kids because he got talent and he can get them somewhere. Even though, I kind of blame the parents. I blame the parents too, to a certain extent. Because when you heard those allegations, for you to still have your child around him, didn't make no sense to me. When those rumors were out there, for you to bring your child to him basically on a platter, you know what I'm saying? To me, I think there's something to, as parents, you just don't get off like that. After the Aaliyah thing, why would you have your daughter around him? And then if you think about basically acts that he's helped make, only one has been really is it was Aaliyah, but she had success after that, and Sparkle. So it's not like he had a whole line of artists that he made famous. You get what I'm saying? So it wasn't like being around R. Kelly.
I don't want to
guaranteed.
I don't want to point the blame at him for some of the stuff. I mean, honestly, I think some of the stuff he was set up for some of the stuff. Honestly,
like what?
So if I'll stand corrected, the woman that he peed on was Sparkle's niece.
Right. Well, I mean, he's peed on multiple girls.
Well, the first one.
Right, the one that we know from the video.
The tape, and Dave Chappelle and everybody else seen it, but things like that. I think he was set up.
How was he set? Well, no, Jay. He set the camera up. What is he talking about? How was he set up? In what way could he have been set up, Jay?
You going to fund my next album, or you're going to produce my next album?
You talking about Sparkle?
Yeah, I'm not saying no names, or this video is gonna get released.
But that's not the only girl. If it was one girl, I can dig what you're saying. We're talking about all these different women who have come out and said that they've been. But then you got the young girls who was hanging out, outside the courtroom and shit. Like that shit was crazy. And it's crazy to me just to hear grown women now to this day. You talking about 40-year-old women who it's something about just hearing women play that, knowing that. And I'm not sitting back here attacking anybody, but I'm just saying, like, it's bothersome to me to hear black women, older or black women in general, playing that kind of music, knowing what this man has done. You get what I'm saying? Anybody playing it to me, knowing what he has done, is bothersome to me. But it's just
his music will live forever. They say Michael Jackson. They say he touched kids, and they still give him the title King of Pop. And the music will live forever. It's one thing you can't do. Is stop the music, right? So, all of us on here love music. It's one thing you can't do is stop the music. That is
but it's a difference when you hear the content in the music. You know what I'm saying? When you listen to those songs and you hear the difference with the Michael Jackson stuff, even is, and we've never been really as sure as we've been with this situation, as far as the Michael Jackson situation. You don't hear Mike music and hear the type of things that seem like, why would a grown man say that? You get what I'm saying? The inappropriateness of R. Kelly's music is what to me is a no-no. You get what I'm saying? That's to me is what's even more of a reason than to throw the Michael Jackson thing out there.
So let me ask you this. Since he got guilty, when he goes to prison, how long does he stay there?
Life. For me, I'm cool with life.
You think he's going to stay in prison for life? I
don't, man, with the way these things are set up, I don't know how that goes. You get what I'm saying? So
I'm not saying, what I mean is, what's old boy's name? Aaron Hernandez had life, but we know how he went out, right?
Oh, you think he might kill himself?
I
mean, what's
if you can't make music what you love, right? You can't be open, and you can't feed on the predators and do the deeds that you're used to doing, and you just stuck in a confined hole, right? Not to mention when you go inside, most people know, and especially if you've been inside, that the people inside, they find out that you was preying on little girls, and you're the first one that they come after.
He's already been locked up. It's not like he's going to jail for the first day of the day. And I'm pretty sure he's in some type of, he's not in Gen Pop. You know what I'm saying? So ain't nobody getting their hands on him. As far as that, like Aaron Hernandez really had a mental situation, I feel like. But I mean, listen, I'm not sitting back here supporting nobody killing themselves, but I believe R. Kelly probably too cocky or full of himself to kill himself. You get what I'm saying? But so I see him doing his time, and R. Kelly probably still feel like he can get out. You know what I'm saying? R. Kelly probably still feel like there's a way for him to get out, and he has a talent. Even if he never drops something, he can go straight from jail.
Oh, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So end of the day, like he could probably.
If you listen to that last, what's that? It's called "Family and Friends" by Isley Brothers. Listen to that song. If that song don't sound like R. Kelly, I don't know what does.
Well, I mean, it was a certain album that came out. I want to say Body Touch or something. The one
Body Kiss.
Body Kiss. Yeah. That was one of my joints. Mm-hmm. I had that CD.
Right before Eternal. I know exactly.
Yeah. It had some joints on. I ain't gonna hold you. Mm-hmm. That was Kel's pen. That was his pen. Well, we're gonna leave R. Kelly alone for now, man. We're gonna see keep our eye on how this thing turn out. So as of late, this ain't a sports podcast. It's still not a sports podcast, but it's some things that's interesting that's going on right now. The NBA is about to go into training camp, and so that Andrew Wiggins, he put in a request with the NBA for vaccine exemption, and it was denied. So basically, without him getting the vaccine, because of where he plays at in Golden State, he wouldn't be allowed to play any home games.
Yeah, because they're in San Francisco, and San Francisco requires all major sporting events to be you need to be vaccinated in large gatherings.
So he stands to lose about $14.5 million. And then it would be other places too that they would go on the road that he would lose money from not being able to play. So end of the day, like if you're Andrew Wiggins, what do you do? Because I mean, if you're saying religion, right? So let's say this, like you're a religious man, and you don't believe in this thing. I don't believe there's any amount of money that should make you go against your religious beliefs. You know what I'm saying? If that's what we're going with, if there's something in your religion that says, "Yo, I'm not with that," there shouldn't be an amount of money that should make you go get it because that's what you believe in, right?
Well, I mean, I don't know because I've never seen an NBA contract, but there's no clause, or I don't know I don't know if they have a Corona clause now where you can sit out the season if you don't want to be vaccinated. They did it.
Oh no, that's not. I can answer that for you. Listen, at the end of the day, if my man don't get vaccinated, he's going to lose bread. That's just it. Ain't no way around. He done tried everything he could try. Either it's get vaccinated or lose this bread.
I mean, that's 14 million. 14 million at the least.
At the least.
Because you're going to other cities and states.
And then basically that might be your last 14 because ain't no team. I don't know how many years you got left on this contract, but ain't no team really going to be willing to pick you up. And you can only play 30 some games. You get what I'm saying?
Not including if you get injured. So
this is my twist. Like, end of the day, I'm vaccinated. You know what I'm saying? I'm not fucking that chicken up. Ain't no way I'm fucking that chicken up. So I would do it. But to me, it seems like because you're using religion as a reason to not do it, it feels like it's kind of hard for you to just go do it now. Do you think so?
I mean, I think it was a cop out. All right, you know what?
Right, he tried to use something right. At the end of the day, when you play with religion, certain things that you can't play with. You get what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it's like, oh well, then you're playing games.
What religion saying no to shots or anything?
I'm not sure.
So I literally tried to look it up. I literally tried to look it up and see what religion. And it kind of it went across different this one and that one. It never gave you a specific answer or anything. So,
but see, instead of just saying no, I don't want to do it, and sticking to that for religious reasons, you get what I'm saying? Perfect example: military. You might say for religious reasons, I can't cut my facial hair. You get what I'm saying? And just run with that because it sounds good. But see, when you play with something like that, and then you're in the public eye, you get what I'm saying? It's like, oh well, then to me, it's like, and I might be tripping. It's possible. When you sit back here and go do it now, it's like, oh, so you put money over your religious beliefs? You get what I'm saying? Whoever's in that religion, let's say it's Catholic. You know what I'm saying? He's Catholic, and he's saying that through his religion. I'm not saying that is what it is, but this is just an example. People in that religion will look at him and have something to say, or it shouldn't matter. Probably, he's about 14.5 million. I don't know. Listen, it might.
I think preseason games he won't play. I think about time the season starts, if not before, he will get his shot.
But it's the twist. Some of them is 2-shot joints, right? So it's not like you can just get a shot, and it's over. It got to be some time in between.
So I said either before the season or right when the season starts, because you got to wait like 2 weeks or whatever. And
it was more than 2 weeks. I feel like for the shots.
It was like 2 weeks.
Was it
3 weeks? That's about it.
So I think he's gonna do it though.
Oh, definitely, because you got to feed your family. Like
you can feed your family with 14. He should be able to feed his family for a long time with what he got in the bank.
But if you don't,
he should be able to.
If you don't do it, all that. I don't know what he did with the chicken before. He was at Minnesota. And before
you can fuck it up.
Exactly.
That's a lot of money to fuck up. We've seen guys fuck it up. There's a couple guys that come to my mind off top that done fuck all the chicken up. All the chicken. All right, so we're gonna see what Andrew Wiggins ended up doing. Now, Kyrie has come out and said, "See, man, I be telling you about this dude, man. He don't never got no fucking shape up. This is what I be talking about with this guy." So Kyrie come out talking about he feels like his vaccine status is private. So whenever a motherfucker say some shit like that, that mean they ain't got it. Am I tripping?
Yo, Kyrie is weird with this nigga.
He gotta be on some weird shit.
The whole TD stadium for the Celtics and walking around, they like, yo, nigga, you can't do this on the court. Like, what are you doing?
Why he walking around with State? Why he can't just chill?
Kyrie's a great ball player, but his mental status sometimes he don't know
what the fuck to say. That's the problem. Sometimes just shut up, Kyrie. Now, it's obvious to me. It feels like that that he don't got for you to say it's private. it means you don't got it, right? Like, am I tripping? No way you got
Some
it.
shit, some shit is better left unsaid. Like, I'm telling you, if it was me and I was Kyrie, I'm straight Marshawn. I'm just here so I won't get fined.
But this is my twist. End of the day, you're going to have to show something. And last time we seen Kyrie, he was on the court grabbing his knee or something, and he didn't finish the series. And the Milwaukee Bucks ended up winning. I mean, I can't say for sure that him being there would have made a difference, but I feel like him being there would have made a difference.
Where's Kyrie from?
Jersey.
So this is the all right. So Jersey. All right. But I know for New York, you cannot go into a building. You can't buy a bottle of water without showing your vaccination card.
That's why he playing his game. But this is my twist. Let me finish my statement though, Jay. Last time we seen you was hurt on a team that if you were healthy, you could have won a championship. The last thing you need around you, and first of all, let's say last season, it was a bunch of controversy. He went missing for 2 weeks. Remember? All this old goofy shit. Then you get hurt in the playoffs and you missed the end of the playoffs, a season that your team could have probably won a championship. Going into the new season, the last thing we need from you, Kyrie, is what? Some negative press. Some press about the vaccination. You get what I'm saying? Because, dog, you was just hurt. Now you wonder why Boston ran you up out of there. You wonder why them Boston fans got tired of you. You about to do the same thing in Brooklyn. You was just hurt, bro. You was just on the floor, laid up, and your team was trying to win a championship. And if you was healthy, they probably could have won a championship. And then going into this season, and you're healthy, well, we don't know, because at the end of the day, it still might be some lingering shit knowing him. He's still probably going to miss some games early. The last thing we need is some controversy over the vaccine when you was just hurt. Come on, man.
Like, I don't even know what to say to Kyrie. Like, yo, again, to the chicken, right? Like, you got one ring. Oh, but this team that you got right here, you may not get this other opportunity again, brother. Like,
bro, they were just talking about trading him to the Sixers for Ben Simmons. And KD was like, no, we riding. Like, KD gonna get tired.
Yo, KD put on muscle on the lower side, though. He put on a little muscle.
That's fine. We can talk about KD another time. But, dog, end of the day, like, you need to be just, like, quiet, not really all basketball, just chilling. And you put yourself, you threw your hat in the ring of this vaccination shit. Like, Kyrie just started getting on my fucking nerves, man. I'm tired of Kyrie. I've been tired of Kyrie.
Kyrie, yeah, I don't know.
I've been tired of get your man, dog.
I think I'm gonna say this. I think Kyrie will get the shot before Wiggins does.
I don't think Kyrie. He should have had the shot. Kyrie should be coming to camp just ready to hoop. That's it.
And I don't know how he has not had the shot living in New York. Like, I mean,
and it's going to really piss me off if I find out he had it and he just talked. He just like the attention. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, like what Fab say, money ain't the root of all evil, attention is. Come on, bro. Stop it. Come on, Kyrie. Stop it, bro. You gotta stop it, man. And stay healthy for a season, if possible, ever. All right, so the BMF joint dropped the show, and they had a premiere. 50 ended up performing. I'm tired of hearing 50 on these Star Show hooks. On these Star Show intros. He's like on 3 intros on Stars. So the BMF joint dropped. He did a concert, whatever. Him and T.I. came out, whatever. Talking about the verses. Is we gonna get this T.I. and 50 verses or not, man?
I think so. I think we might get it. Was it? So I want to say like right before a holiday or something. You know, they're gonna do something because either, I mean, you know, 50 got BMF coming out. I don't think he's coming out with no new music, but you know, Tip might drop something new. Like, all right, I'm gonna do this versus boom.
But Tip the one who want to do it. 50 the one like, no, 50 keep fleeing him.
50 he's skating. Who else called him? Ross called him for one, didn't he?
Ja called him.
Oh yeah, that was down.
Ja wanted to smoke with him, and I don't know the way Ja just did Fat Joe. Yeah, I don't think 50 wanted that smoke. I don't think we gonna get it because I think 50 just not gonna do it. I just think 50 is. I think it mean. I don't know, but I don't think 50's gonna. I don't think 50's gonna do it.
I
I don't
think he
see it
will.
happening.
I think he will. I think
But
he's been his obligations have been,
man, ain't nobody trying. It's one night. It's one night, Jay. Ain't nobody trying to hear
one
that
night.
shit.
But you putting a enterprise together with with stars and billion.
BMF already recorded. All he gotta do is show up and no, the shit is already recorded.
We'll see.
Ain't nobody trying to hear that shit. Fifth don't want to do it just because Fifth just in his head. If he lose, it means more than what it means. You know what I'm saying? We've seen people lose. It don't stop your career. Your career is not over because you lost.
So people don't like to take losses.
Right, but people have lost. Fat Joe lost. Everybody said Ja got Fat Joe out of here. I didn't watch it. I was asleep. I'm tired of this Tuesday night shit. Fuck that. Somebody done told y'all wrong.
Yeah, I was not watching that shit. I went in and went out. Like I seen when John called Vita and Lil Mo, a little skinny, I ain't gonna say the word, but y'all know what I'm talking about. And so yeah, like
we don't listen. We don't do no dissing the Vita though. That's our folks. So that's our folks. That's my folks. So we don't do no dissing the Vita. I know you wasn't dissing, but nah, Joe, we don't let that rock.
Lil Mo's fam, that's Maryland right there.
Right, yeah, I mean, so that my folks, you know what I'm saying? So we don't do no dissing on Vita out here, but I don't know if we gonna get that though, man. I don't know. I think to 50, it I can't see him doing it. But T.I. too, like T.I. Busta told T.I. what's up. But so that was T.I. got his pick. T.I. got his mindset on certain shit. T.I. can't see, but Busta will get T.I. the fuck out of here. Busta gonna get. Don't nobody want to see Busta.
Busta has to go against like Missy.
Everybody keeps saying it, but end of the day, there's nobody, dog. Busta shit is so crazy. Don't nobody want that smoke. And I don't see, they haven't had a guy versus the girl yet, so I don't see that happening. But it will be interesting to see if placed, where would Missy be placed to get somebody and where would Busta get placed. But Busta told T.I. what's up. And this was months ago. I'm talking about like might be the beginning of the year, and T.I. ain't really said, they had a couple words, but T.I. don't want that Busta smoke.
Nah, that's gonna be dangerous.
Yeah, Busta gonna get somebody. He gonna give somebody an ass whooping. I don't think it ain't too many people I can see that can even. Busta got too much shit.
Busta's like Busta's like a one man locks. Like he when I say that he covers from Biggie to now. He
covers before Biggie though. You talking about the Jungle Brothers and what they call themselves, the shit. He go back. Busta go back to the early 90s, bro. Leaders of the New School and all that. You get what I'm saying? Busta go back before Wu-Tang.
So yeah, he going
Busta go back. Damn, it's crazy, yo. Busta go back 30 years. Like nigga, the fuck. I'll be 40 next year. Like nigga, this shit is real. Niggas really got a lot of fucking years in. But yeah, man, I don't know. T.I., man, stop. Listen, T.I., you're not gonna get 50, and you don't want Busta. Everybody trying to, know what it's like? Remember being in school, you had to pick a partner? Like everybody in the classroom trying to figure out who gonna be their lab partner. That's how this shit is, man.
I mean, T.I., I'm trying to think who T.I. can really go against it.
The best, he can't see Wayne.
So he go against Ross?
Ross already went.
No. Jada went. And then
Jada went, but then the locks went. It's different.
I understand, but I mean,
you got to put T.I. against somebody else in the South more than likely, I feel like. Well, I mean, you did West Coast, but with DMX and with Snoop, it was the dog thing. You know what I'm saying? Snoop Dogg, DMX. So that kind of made sense. But for the most part, all the other ones have kind of been, especially with the men, as far as rap, has been kind of in the same region.
2 Chainz already went.
He'll bust 2 Chainz ass.
I know, but I'm trying. You said somebody in the South, so I'm trying to think somebody in the South that he can go against.
That's what I'm saying. It's like Wayne, but I think Wayne to get him out of here. He can't see Drake. Maybe a Kanye, maybe because they is homies, but Kanye does seem like he can't do nothing with Kanye.
Yeah.
Like he one of them guys that's in a weird space where though he's too good for some guys, but then he's not good enough for other guys.
Yeah, I mean,
Maybe like a Big Boy or something. Him and Big Boy. But then Big Boy maybe playing Outkast shit or something. I don't know. I'm just making a thing
I was
like
just
that.
about to say that.
But I mean,
If
it would have been him and Jeezy.
if anything, it would have been like a Grand Hustle Gang versus like.
He don't got nobody in Hustle Gang but him and
But I'm just
B.O.B.
saying, like, well, you got Trey.
Trey who?
Tell the truth.
Trey the Truth. Oh, he with them?
Yeah.
I like Trey the Truth. Shout out to Trey the Truth.
Yeah.
He always got Jada Kiss and Meek on his shit.
Yeah.
I like Trey.
So let's say like a Hustle Gang, PSC versus a Dungeon Family.
It ain't even fair.
I'm just saying, like, if you
Not
want
the Dungeon Family, because the Dungeon Family, no, because you talking about the boy. No. It's somebody else out there. Maybe a juvenile, but he'll bust juvenile ass, right?
Nah, I don't know about that one. I mean, I'm gonna be if he does, it's not by a landslide. It's like 1 or 2 songs. I mean,
so you think juvenile can keep up with Tip?
Yeah, but I'm a big Juvie fan, so I could just be speaking on my ass right now.
Right. I'm just making trying to really think who else.
Who can
I
match?
might have to come back to that. I might have to think on that to come back to that.
Yeah.
I might have to ask the world.
Y'all let us know what y'all think. Who y'all want to see with T.I.? I mean, we'll try to make it happen, put that word out there. So
Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna put this out and let people, hit us back and see, how they feel about certain shit. I've been getting a lot of responses with that. All right, so now the thing that everybody been asking about for real is the Diddy. We had the Diddy and the JD thing come up after Jermaine Dupri and Puff after the verses with Joe Crack and
Ja Rule
and Ja. So I'm interested because at the end of the day, like when I think about the JD and Puff thing, once I've heard them go back and forth. That's one of the things I'm glad. Sometimes like Iceberg used to always be like, yo, we gotta talk about it right then. And sometimes I'll be like, no, because sometimes you'll get the reaction and the back and forth. So then when you go into it, you got more to go off of. You know what I'm saying? Because if you listen to the first night when Puff was trying to young boy him and all that, it sounded more like, like, damn, Puff will get him out of here. But then when JD started talking, JD like, dog, like, at the end of the day, what have you produced? You've executive produced, but your name ain't on a lot of records. You know what I'm saying? And JD started talking that I'm in the Writers Hall of Fame shit. It's like, hold up. Like, at the end of the day, it's like with a Puff and JD joint, it sound good, but then it's like, is it really fair? Because JD, who's actually sat behind the board and actually, produced songs, and Puff is just gave the okay. And that's what it seemed like that executive producer thing is. That okay, saying, okay, we good to go, or it's a go. You know what I'm saying? He don't actually put the work in. You know what I'm saying? So is it, first, let me ask you, do you think that going into consideration, the fact that Puff's an executive producer and the fact that JD's actually a producer, should they battle? Should they have a versus?
I definitely believe they should battle because Love, Puffy, whatever you want to call him, say he want to go against Dre. That right there, that's a landslide win for Dre. You're not winning that one. But
hold on, you say he not winning that one because if we talk about stuff that that's came out of Bad Boy or that he's had something to do with, it's a very big amount of things with Puff. Like, don't get it fucked up. Puff got 50 for if you let him do that. Puff got a strong 50. I feel like
JD got it.
No. I don't think JD. If we just talking about joints that Puff, Biggie, or stuff that he had a little bit to do with, you get what I'm saying? But he didn't actually sit behind that board. The difference with what JD is saying, the stuff that I actually sat behind the board, not actually contributed to. You get what I'm saying? Cool. What's up, baby?
So cool.
What's going on, baby?
We talking JD and Puff. You know what I'm saying? So the whole
I got in on it. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay, so the whole thing is, JD like, yo, I wrote. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I'm in the Writers Hall of Fame. Puff, he said, Puff, you can't pay to get in that. That's the one thing you can't pay for. You get what I'm saying? So with JD, it's like if JD say, yo, you can only play what you've actually been a part of. Puff goes off for, I executive produced. Oh, it came out under my label. Oh, I put one thing or told him to change something, but he didn't actually put that work in. He didn't actually write anything. I don't think he's not just getting JD out of here. We talking about end of the day, JD wins. If we talking about that, what's up, cool? What's up?
So what's the irony in that? You likely right, or at least closer to right than it seems, right? So Puff being Puff, it sound big, like you can't box with God, this at the third, whatever. But one thing that made me be like, oh, wait a minute, was that, and I don't know if y'all touched on it, but what's my man name? The Track Masters.
Oh yeah,
Track Masters hop on their IG like, yeah, we won in with everybody. And what happened was some of the same songs that Puffy might have relied on was Track Master jams. Like they played Who Shot Ya or some shit like that. I'm like, did they produce? Like so you're right. Like Puff is known as one of the sprinkle me a little bit changer. Say it like this, don't say it like that, right? And then he get production credit. And like, like
you ain't really put that work in.
Well, I don't even think it's no secret. Like it ain't. Right. It's like, yeah, I did the strings in this one. Executive producer Puff Daddy, producer Puff Daddy, and it'd be like other production through. He had a whole. He named them. He named them Hitman, baby. Like he had a whole production team. Stevie J, the whole Yellow Boy. They had some.
Right.
Yeah. So if you're talking about verses, like, and since Puff is Puff, he would be talking about. Anybody he ever did a style is showing, so he talking about Father MC, the Jodeci, the Mary J. Blige. I know he gonna pull that. Ain't no way you gonna tell him not to play it. But you're right. If we just talking the work you put in the studio, the instrumentations, the arrangement, the effing words to the song,
right?
JD gotta get him out of it. JD done wrote some mega like R&B joints, like, and I know Puff is involved in some mega R&B joints, but like wrote, produced, and like.
It's
that
different.
Confessions albums, bro. Like
right. That Mariah Carey shit. Right.
Yeah. Bing, 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 boom, boom. But come on, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. That's what I'm saying. Sunday day is like, can Puff really do a versus? It would have to be a thing whereas though with him.
Like a celebration verse.
Right. It's not even like you can say because he's not really he ain't really produced. He's been a part of so much that you feel like you want to see him celebrated. You know what I'm saying? You want to see the celebration of what he's done and what he's been a part of. But being fair, him and JD I don't think you can do it.
I ain't gonna lie. So I like Puff and JD like, yeah, whatever. But when they started talking and when they started playing the jam, I probably would rather jam to a Puff and JD thing than like what Puff wanted, Dre. To me, I don't think they jam the same. Like, to be honest, I think it's almost like you got to go West Coast sonic sound to West Coast. So, yeah, like because
we were just saying that. We were just saying that we was talking about T.I. and they go back, and I'm interested in seeing if you can find somebody. But we talking about who matches up with T.I. and the whole T.I. and 50 thing. It's like, you kind of want besides the Snoop Dogg and the DMX thing as far as men, but it was the dog aspect for that. It felt like that brought them together. So it's like to do East Coast and West Coast, everything has kind of been in the same what's the term I want to use? In the same area. Region, right. For the most part, especially with rap, it seems like it's been like that.
I'd rather see it like that. So T.I., you say who about T.I.? Like, for example, like Jeezy and what's the name? Gucci was good. Any three of them against each other, like one or two would have been fine. But like
it should have been him and Ross, but Ross did 2 Chainz. That probably should have been that.
That's a good one. Yeah.
What we were saying was basically it's like T.I. either got too much for somebody or not enough. Like you can't do a Wayne. Wayne is too much for him. Drake is too much for him. Kanye is too much for him.
So we said like Juvenile. We said
what you think about Juvie?
He too much for Juvie.
That's how I felt too.
And then vax that ass up.
So what now? So I think it might come down to maybe a JD and the Track Masters or something like that. I think that might be a better look.
That would rock more than people would understand. I think
because
at least that's what based on what Track Masters pulled on. They was like, Damn, we
Right.
right. Listen to
Because
them.
it's probably a bunch of stuff they did that we don't know they did. Or
Don't know.
we
Yeah.
don't remember. Right.
Right. Or don't remember. Yep.
But I don't know if Puff gets honestly a versus. It's too like Puff. If you sit back here and let Puff just go from Puff can go from Harlem World to Mace album. He can go from Total. He can go from. It's so many different. If you just let him say because he, like you said, say it like this instead of like that. You get what I'm saying? Like, and he and his name is somewhere on the credits. It's not fair.
Puff got like he really did them. The Father MC, Mary J. Blige, Jodeci, fucking. He had the Basement and Missy and them. He was part of that early thing. He would cheat. I'm sure he would pull out some shit. You know what I'm saying? And just. Don't worry if I write rhymes, I write checks. Yeah, like he
put his shine on it, like he always say. You know, I gotta make it gloss.
Yeah.
I heard Joe Budden say, and I'm still in this, but Joe Budden. Now, how would this sound? Joe Budden said, if it was to be a Jermaine Dupri versus a Puff, it was a question of where it would be at. So they were saying on the Joe Budden's podcast that it would do a 20 versus 20 in Atlanta, Puff versus Jay-Z. Puff versus JD, and then another 20 versus 20 in New York. They both got probably 40 though. Like I feel like they both could do 40. Like they could do the 20. That would be like crazy, right?
What, like split up, like one be one place and the other
No. They'll do 20. They'll both do 20 in Atlanta. That'll be a show, and then they'll do another show, or however they decide to go about it. Whether it's New York first, they both do 20 and do a versus.
Yeah.
Then they do a part 2.
Like just straight tore it out. Yeah.
Oh, that should be crazy, right?
But you go ahead.
I was gonna say because I don't think they're gonna do 40. So I would say like they're gonna have to find a mutual grounds, right? So not New York, not Atlanta, right? So let's say LA, right?
Like listen now. Like I said, Joe Budden was talking about it. LA is a Puff town. Miami is a Puff town.
That's why I didn't say Miami.
Right. So it's like, yo, if you want to find, you might gotta go to Vegas.
Okay.
You might gotta go to Vegas. But it's even 20. 20 ain't even fair. Is 20 enough for those two?
I mean, you know they're gonna go over that shit, right? Like they definitely gonna go over 20.
They could extend it. Versus need to start acting like they going. The whole point is this shit ain't TV, so you can do what they want. Can't you? Say we doing 30, this 30, you know what I mean?
Well, I remember with the Dipset thing, I think it was more of the building, how long they had the building out.
Oh, yeah.
But somebody like them, talk about Puff and JD, they can have it. They can have it for the night. That's something. Right. Listen, on a Tuesday, I'm going to work tired. I'm not missing that shit.
What's crazy is it almost seemed like the only place it's supposed to be is Atlanta, based on some of y'all logic, but like, because that's the only place that JD would even have a fucking chance to say like.
I don't. It's so. When you look at the catalog, if you look at where he could take from, it's not. Nobody can see him. He's a cheat code. He's like playing with Golden State with KD on 2K. It's like you can be bad. Like it's too much to pick from.
Bro, JD could, but JD could still, like, it's crazy because he could steal it with the right playlist. You know how this is.
And we all know that it's not about what you have, it's about what you play. Yeah, and I was saying, I had said something basically like, that's what people don't get. You know what I'm saying? Like, we'll make a playlist, like, the artist's favorite 20 isn't necessarily their fans' favorite 20.
Right,
you get what I'm saying?
Right.
And like, the Ja Rule thing, I didn't see it, but when I heard about it, I heard that he was very talking to the DJ a lot. As much as you can, if you go in there cocky and you got your 20 and you feel you got to figure it out, that guy don't win. The ones who got a connection with their DJ and they go in there with a game plan and they figure some things out and they talking and all that, those be the ones who really win.
Yeah. So who out of Puff and JD you think got that closer to that?
I think Puff too confident. Puff too confident.
It got to be JD. You got to say JD is closer to in the lab studio shit than Puff is. You got to believe that.
But see, the thing with Puff, he's such a showman though. He all about the showmanship, and so you get what I'm saying. So listen, he might be where he needs.
Listen, I agree. However,
I love
Puff. I love Puff.
Right.
Right. But I seen that it was like when niggas still watch BET. This was probably like 10 years ago. And Puff did the bow, 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 but it was a little half step slow.
Yeah. And then he
It was a half
It
step
lost
slow.
something.
The Diddy bop was a half step slow like a decade ago. Let me tell you something. I'm just saying. And Puff done been in the blogs lately with a couple young things.
Right.
With a couple young things.
Right.
I'm saying, if you talking about like who is in the gym proverbially, the closest to the person like lifting the weight, which means studio, timing, the right playlist. In my mind, that's JD. It just looked like fan outside looking in, he got less on his plate in life.
Right.
You feel me? Them Puff, like, you know what I mean?
Now, the one thing I will say about Puff is, though, you forget that's the same guy who got his body right to go run a marathon. And that was some years ago. Don't get me wrong. But when he put his mind to something, I believe he's hard to beat. Now, the way I see JD beating him is Puff feeling like, oh, I don't have to prepare for JD. That will be an ass whooping for Puff if he go into it like that. But I feel like
Dipset,
not knowing him, because I don't know him personally, but just from past situations, that when he puts his mind to something, he's dedicated and he's going to put 100% into it and he's going to come ready. It's how I feel. But if he thinks, oh, that's just little bro and arms ain't long enough to box with God and all that, if you really believe that shit, then he's not gonna be prepared, and it can be very Dipsetish.
Yeah. So
that's crazy. That's a new term that you say.
Dipsetish. I just created that shit, man. If somebody else said it, that's my shit now. It's mine now.
No fucking adjective.
Right. Now, cool. I am interested in. We did talk about Andrew Wiggins. You heard about the Andrew Wiggins situation and the money he stands to lose.
Yeah.
But not for the vaccine.
Yeah.
He better go ahead and do that though, right? Cool.
Listen, man, you know, if anybody heard me talk long enough, I am of the belief that that asking about vaccines should be like asking a woman with a belly about is she pregnant or not. You just ain't supposed to do it.
Right.
Like about religion, or about like who you voted for. That shit has vastly become as hot a topic that you can't win as anything else. That said, we can't pretend, man, like that we're not participating in this system in some shape, form, or fashion, right? To the detriment of our own selves in general. That man gonna have to do what's best for him, and I think that's my default answer. However, that's a lot of dough that can effectively be used for the greater good, I would believe, of your kids and kids and kids and kids.
Right.
Just like, and like, what's the stance? Not that I don't even share the same sentiments, but like, you ain't winning shit by being the one that don't get it. If we're being honest now. It could be that you good, and you like fuck them kids 2-3 generations from now. Right. Even just with that, what is it, 80 million that he might stand to lose?
No, 13.5.
13.00, not 80, just 13.
Just 13.
Right, my bad. But like
that's still a lot.
That's still a lot. It's a ton of money. It's a ton of money. And if you like, you already like a ball player, you know what I mean? Like, so if I were facing 13 million, I would take the shot if I was him. Only because, again, the stance the stance against it, they still can do what they want to do. They're gonna do what they want, whatever the fuck they want to do. And you know, I know basketball is strong, but Colin Kaepernick still ain't never played. Like, so they could do what they want to do in whatever industry. Basketball will try to work with you, I understand. They one of the most liberal things, but like they basically tell you get out and lay down. And if like you doing it for 13, people doing it for they 32,000. You feel me? Like the people, they telling people you got to take it. Like what people in the military, they government job, they just supposed to not take it, or they just supposed to be like, fuck this mortgage. Like, so, yeah. I mean, I if I were him, I would advise him to take it if I was in this circle, or just around him, only because it's the return on investment is too great a gap for, the whatever cause you fight, and that might not be causal, right? But like, I think it's disrespectful not to recognize his religious issues, and I think it's not ideal science. If you got the vaccine, why do I need to get it too? But they also the rules are what they are, and if you're gonna get down and lay down, Beanie Siegel.
Well, the crazy part is no one knows what his religion is, or whatever.
I don't need to know though, Jay. Like I don't like.
I'm not saying like we ignore that aspect. But what I want to know is like, all right, you got to take it. He was like, no, and then it was like, you got to take it. Oh, my religion won't let me take it.
When you throw that out there,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying, you put yourself in that weird situation of if that's serious, if you're a religious man, if you're deep into your religion, you stick to your gun. Like you said, that 13.5, if you believe in what you believe in, that shouldn't stop you. And if you do, let's say you're Catholic, like I said to Jay, if you're Catholic, you get what I'm saying, and you're supposed to be a Catholic man and all that, and you when we was in the military, Cat sat back here and said, oh, I'm Muslim, so I can't shave my beard. You get what I'm saying? But you got to prove those things or whatever. So when you sit back here, when you throw religion out there, and that's the one thing, like you said, you don't really challenge with somebody. If you do it anyway, it's like, oh, so fuck God, huh? Like, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. On certain things, like, so certain people wouldn't even play on certain days, but certain people do fast and hoop. You know what I'm saying? And really do
Kareem
take it seriously.
Whatever.
Yeah. So like,
I think Kyrie do it too.
Absolutely.
But then
they
say he get paid 29.54 mil this year.
Yeah,
and he leaves half of it.
Yep.
It was an old school player just came in and said,
Kareem.
Kareem just said, yeah.
If you don't take the vaccine, you feel like the team should get rid of you. I just seen that.
And putting
that's too strong. Like, so like this shit is, I told you this shit is over with. Whatever plan whoever had to do whatever they did, that shit worked. Because now you like, damn, homie, leave me the fuck alone.
But see, then we've seen even last year in the playoffs where guys went through COVID and that affected the playoff run. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying you should put your health or how you feel in front of a championship, but
But like we can't. I can't. Like, so the science is in me that by science we supposed to ask questions. Like hypothesis you had to write. That's just your fucking educated guess to start your experiment, right? So all fine and good. All I'm saying is like what the bullying of like, oh, you should like lose your profession because you won't get the vaccine,
right?
Because you're threatening who? Other people that got the vaccine. Now we got to go there. Like, who am I threatening? The other people that got the vaccine too? Hey, we know that you can still get it. We just assume that what y'all telling us is true, that the risk is lighter and lighter. But all right, that's a risk that old boy willing to accept. You mean to tell me him not getting it is putting somebody else at greater risk for not getting it? See, that's where you lose me. And you can't tell me that that's the truth. I'm gonna be finished because I'm by you. You even get in trouble for that kind of shit. Like, you can't tell me. You can't tell me that that's the truth.
Right.
You can't tell me that me getting it helps you because you got it, and we can both still get it because people got it and
had the vaccine.
Yeah.
Right.
So, I mean, like, don't villainize me to the point where you want to strip me of my fucking career. Are you kidding me? Kareem, Abdul, Alcindor? Fuck is we talking about? Come on, bro.
Abdul, Alcindor.
Come on. You know why I said that? Because
that may be the name of this
still want to
episode.
call them Lou, right? They still want to. I'm just saying, like, so don't, like, if you talking religion, that man got a belief. If it's MoslemReligion.com, that can be registered with the thousands of other fucking religions. It don't matter what it is. If it's not one of the top 3 or 5 that we recognize, it's 1,000 other ones. It's my own house religion for all I fucking care. But like, so now we get into, like liberties that, like, come on.
Oh, cool. Miss podcasting. Cool. Missed it. Okay, cool.
Welcome back.
Let's go. Here we go. All right. So I had a question. Because it was a thing where it was a thing that I was seeing, whereas though with Drake dropping this new album, which we didn't get to address it because we've been missing. But it's been some weeks, but people have been saying like, well, one of the negative comments that was said about the album was, "Oh, Dre makes the same album." So I'm curious, just in general, when it comes to our favorite artists, do you want your favorite artist to be consistent? Because sometimes we had that situation where, as though, like with a Kanye, oh, we missed the college about Kanye. Oh, we missed the graduation, Kanye. I wish you go back to that. We had that conversation. And then you hear people say, oh, Drake makes the same album. So what do we want? Do we want our favorite artists to take risks and not give us the same thing all the time? Or do we want our artists to be consistent with what they've given us throughout the years? That's a good ass question, ain't it?
I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna go with a consistent album. I want to be to the point where I understand what you're talking about. I am closing my eyes. I'm listening to the words. I can understand, what's going on in there. Now, you may throw me off for a song or two, but I want that consistency. I want to now try new stuff and put new people on there. Yeah, you can do that, but I want a consistent banger. I want something that you can put in and let ride. You know what I mean? So I consistency.
I would agree with Big Swole. I actually would agree. Excuse me. I think whenever, especially when you like a certain thing or certain vibe or tone about an artist, and I get artists are artists, so they may be always envelope pushers, always when they say, I want to experiment and I want to do stuff. This album, some of that stuff be sounding not good, man. You know what I mean? Like when they get in that space, but so I'd rather a banger, something, and at some point it evolved or devolved, if you will, to shit. I'll take 3 bangers and a couple, the rest filler music, right? You know what I mean? So to make it a decent album, so I'd rather just some consistency. I'd rather some good production, not no crazy out the wall production. Give me good production. Give me, barred up, and I don't see how you ever go wrong. But they, do all the time. So I don't like the experiment where it sound like a bad rock album, not even a good rock album. I don't like them kind of things.
All right. Now I agree with y'all totally. I do want the consistency of, when I look to an artist, I do want what I'm looking for from them. But in the same token, I feel like it's necessary for the artists like the Kanye's who gave us the 808s. I wasn't the biggest fan of 808s, but I understand that 808s has played a large part in what we've gotten today. And I think Kanye has been one of the kind of artists who, let's say, he might not have gave you the best version of that type of music because he came out with it and he was the first one to do it. But the new artists were able to take from that and make something great from that. So without the risk that he took, some of the great things that we receive today, we might not be able to receive. So I feel like even though I prefer my favorite artists to give me what I'm looking for from them, I feel like it's necessary that some artists take the risk that sets up the future and what the future sound will be 10 years from now, even though at that moment it don't sound like the greatest thing in the world at the time.
Yeah, I think certain ones, not everybody is music changers. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So some of them, like Kanye, you can't even, he not in. You know what I mean? You can't really, like Kanye, Pharrell, Timberland, you can't even really put them on a level because whatever they doing is always going to push the music and set the stage. I think you're right there, Flush. So in general terms, I think to you, they almost get like I don't like, even with Kanye envelope pushing. I can hear what he tries to do a lot in that music. I always say that later music or newer music, it'll find its way in movies or scores or commercials or some shit, and you'll sing it and you ain't even realize it was from Kanye album or two ago because you ain't really rock with it like that. So it might not be car knock banger music, but it seems stadium, it seems commercial. So Kanye almost don't even count, like in a good way, right? What I don't like, I don't like the bipolar EPs with like sloppy lyrics and poopity scoop. No, y'all don't do that. Don't give me poopity scoop and I'm trying to consume the shit and it really is you talking about poop on a you know song for a couple minutes, right, or whatever it is. Like, so I'll take it and I'm gonna listen to it because he's so different or unique in that space. But man, just give me some words that rhyme and some good production. You gonna win.
Okay. Jay?
No, I mean, yeah, like I said, mine's the same. I want consistency. If I got that, then you know what I'm saying, you got my bucks. I download you. I'll you know what I'm saying. But as far as like a Kanye, ever since, let me try to think, the last album I really liked from Kanye, might have been 808s. After that, like I
You ain't
listened.
like Dark Twisted?
Nope.
Mm.
I think what was Monster on Dark Twisted?
Monster was on Dark Twisted.
Like that's the only song I liked from there.
You ain't like the
Can we get much higher?
yeah, it had Devil in a New Dress.
Nope.
Him and Ross.
Yeah.
Bro, that's
Come on.
That's a
Come
top. That's a
Oh,
top 5
right.
Ye song right there, bro.
Song
Right.
Ross came on with that, and then Kanye put that on there.
That's the top 5. That's a top. That's a song. I ain't mad at you feel, so you got a right to feel how you feel, but
Yeah.
All black tux.
Yo,
You
listen.
lavender.
Why, listen, he says he's nobody's favorite, right?
Ross, I fuck with Ross, bro.
Ross not in my top 5. He like 6 though. For
I
me.
fuck
I'm
with
talking
Ross, bro.
Listen, I don't do the top 5 like I'm more of a let's talk about your favorite rappers.
Yeah.
Everybody has it's too many people. I made a decision in my mind that it's too many talents to have a right top 5. You know what I'm saying? Because there's too many talented people to do that.
Yeah.
So let's stick to the favorites.
Yeah.
Ross is like my second half of my top 10.
I'm gonna
He's
tell
like
you.
6, 7 right there. Like I love Ross.
Let me tell you. So this is Ross is actually an example that I use when you know how we talk about consistency. We just got to talk about that.
Right.
I'm famous for saying like through all the shit is if you got words that can rhyme and good production, and I'm gonna tell you, this is Ross to me. You can skate through anything. So
Right.
I remember Ross was one of the earlier users of the traveling videographer. Ross was one of the earliest hip hop heads that had a camera just taping the actions and started to change that shit to visuals. So he did it with that don't forget the gas can, jealous stupid motherfucker, the jump 50.
Mafia
and
music.
Yes, and it looked so good, and it was off the heels, and this nigga's supposed to be a whole CEO, but the nigga is like barred up. You understand what I'm saying? Barred up, and you can skate through anything. So then remember the Blowing Money Fast, and then he had another song. It was a similar flow and but it worked, right? So
it might have been. Was it? Oh, so if you talking about Blowing Money Fast, that's Teflon Don. So that's MC Hammer. That's I'm Not a Star. I'm Not a Star.
A star. That's it.
That's my favorite Ross. That's my favorite Ross right there. Go.
Right. So
I'm Not a Star. Ross is crazy.
He caught it. He caught it and keep riding, man. Don't stop. Like, and so whenever he come out, I appreciate that. Then I think that's a classic example too of you can show me your elevation and be consistent in your work. Ain't no like Roston had seizures. Roston had been in shootouts. Roston been in custody cases. Roston got like bankruptcy things or whatever it was against him, right? Just like it's seemingly like regular rap and shit at this point, but like ain't no poopity scoop rap. Ain't no poopity scoop rap. If you give him for the feature, you know he gonna come through. If he come out with an album, you know you're gonna listen. If he, you know what I mean, when he riding for other people, like, you know, I fuck with Ross on that.
You know what you get when you turn on some Ross shit.
Definitely. Yeah. I mean, look what he built. I mean, you know, just from, you know, he's showing us it's other ways, right? So, excuse me, that you know, you can own a Wingstop. You know what I'm saying? Like he gave it, instead of giving my son, you know, for whatever his birthday was, instead of giving him $20, now you in charge of this Wingstop that you got to manage, right? So what's that showing? That's showing them young responsibility.
Right.
What we always say, generational wealth, right? So
Right.
I own 30 of them. So this is your first one, right? Are you ready for that second one? Well, let's talk about this, right? So he's showing
and I think it's important to get them in there. Like what I would do, and I think what people should do to curb the conversation a little bit, but we talking about the same thing. Like I will make my child, even if I'm gonna give it to you later on, work in there. Do the floors, you know what I'm saying? Like end of the day, I believe that if you just give them something, they don't truly appreciate it unless they, until you experience, what goes on in there. When you just giving, let's say I just give you a Wingstop. You can learn how to run it, but until you mop them floors and see, you get what I'm saying? It's like the same thing when people say, I respect the guy, the boss in the building and the guy holding the door in the building. You get what I'm saying? Only way you can truly understand that is not me giving it to you, is you seeing what the man who opens the door, what he been through, or you've experienced that yourself. There's no way you can know that by me just giving you something. You get what I'm saying? I feel like, I don't know if y'all agree, disagree. Tell me where y'all heads at with it.
I could definitely agree with that. I believe it's two things with that. It's like McDonald's, right? You can't buy a franchise unless you never worked there, from what I understand. The second thing is Shaq, right? Shaq said he got kids, right? So, all his kids are destined for greatness. They may not be, who knows? But if you want to touch my bread, you want to touch my chicken, show me 3 degrees.
Oh, is that what he said?
Yeah, they got to come with 3 degrees before they can touch his bread.
And Shaq money long. Shaq still getting money. Shaq getting money with the general. He getting money with the general. He can drop a Johns.
I see Hots.
Yeah.
Shaq everywhere. Carnival Cruise.
Shaq get into a check. He always get into a check. TNT.
I was just saying. But, excuse me, things like that you got to respect. Like,
Walmart.
I can
easily say, here's Sharif. Here's $1 million. Go out there and start your company. But if you're not showing me that, hey, I took this business class in school, Pops, and I got this. I got my doctorate. I got my master's. I got whatever else it may be. Then he, obviously Shaq understands, to work hard and everything else. He got his doctorate. That stuff right there, you got to respect. And it's showing that, everything, even though multi-million dollars and you worth this, you still got to earn it. Like, there ain't nothing given to you because it wasn't given to them.
Right. So, that's the thing with even like with our kids, even bringing it back a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? It's like, the battle is wanting to give your kids everything, but in the same token, having them understand that you're not supposed to get everything. Perfect example. It might seem crazy. And Iceberg is arguing me down about this, just saying, like, why can't our kids just expect everything? Because white people do all the time, which makes sense to me. But for me, it's like with a birthday party, right? As a young boy, I didn't always have a birthday party. My kids just feel like their birthday is a celebration every year. And it is. And I want it to be. But in the same token, I want you to understand that, that's not something that's supposed to happen. Our life is just blessed enough where we're able to do so. You get what I'm saying? But the thinking that, my birthday is supposed to be a celebration. No, it's kids out here get age who birthday is just another day. You get what I'm saying?
Motherfucking ribs is touching, and then you're going to be expected to go compete with these folks at 16 and 26, and that's why like so it is a fine line. I agree with you, Flush, between I don't think you give people the world. I don't think giving them the world is the answer, our kids in particular, because there's a fine line between giving them what you didn't have and them being entitled. Like, you give them everything and they don't know how to balance a checkbook, keep their own budget, work for what they got, understand the value of it, just in general. You do want to give them stuff so that they won't have develop a lack mentality by the same token. But like, I would err closer on the side of, even if this is your franchise, you got to know how to work the cash register, the front line. You got to know how to do the grease trap or the trash and all that. And I think that can, it seems relatively easy to try to affect that, just working those positions for whatever month's rotation at a time, even as the owner operator of the joint, right? But I agree. I like giving them and like just having them being the kids expecting something. That's not how the world works. You know what I'm saying? So that even if in my absence, if I die, like when I die, right? Like if you don't have that basis to go get it, or if it's not on autopilot or whatever, like give me from the world or from people, that shit ain't gonna work. It's gonna slap me in the face, and you be grown adults. You know what I mean? Not being entitled for the world to treat them right.
Go ahead, Jay.
If you in that, like Ross Care, if you in that in that food industry and you can't understand the food cost and you don't know what that next man does, because that's your biggest thing in the restaurant industry is the food cost, you ain't gonna last. And I mean, flush those. If you don't know what today, a chicken thigh may go for $6.99 a pound, but tomorrow it may drop or it may rise.
Right.
When COVID hit, it dropped these prices up. I mean, for shrimp, for crab, for anything.
Shit, Wingstop went to thighs.
Thighs because it was a shortage.
Right. But see, I think too, when you come up through the when you learn how to do like Cool said, the grease traps, and you have a fonder understanding for and appreciation, because you understand that without that guy, you don't when you just get something, you don't understand the importance of certain things because you haven't been in the trenches in that situation. You know what I'm saying? When you've been in the trenches, you know how important having a good grill guy is. You know what I'm saying? When you just just throw anybody on the grill until you're giving out raw meat. You get what I'm saying? So when you've seen it, and every day I only want it to be a thing like, it's my kid. You know what I'm saying? Like I want him to suffer and go through the stuff like a regular person. And I mean, get that check. You get what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you'll have a fonder appreciation for those positions when you've been in there with them and you know what it's like, than when you're just given something. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm saying. It's the thing of, I feel like me coming from where I've come from, I'm built different than somebody who's had it given to them. You get what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I know what it's. I can't stand the smell of oodles and noodles because I ate them so much as a young boy. I don't eat cereal because I ate it so much as a young. I know what it's like. You get what I'm saying? And I'm determined. I get up every day at 4:00 in the morning, and I never hit the snooze button because guess what? My family not going back there. You get what I'm saying? That's how much it mean to me. That's how much that shit play in my head. I've never hit the snooze button, Jay. I've never hit it. If I wake up and it's 3:53, I'm just going to get up because I'm getting up at 4.
That's wild.
You get what I'm saying? That's real shit. But guess what? I know if the lights cut off, I know how to maneuver. It ain't the end of the world for me if my electricity get cut off either. You get what I'm saying? Because I've been there. So it's like to go through what I've been through. Do I want my kids to go through that? No. But I feel like it gave me something inside of me that wouldn't be there if I didn't live it.
It give you that pursuit. I mean, definitely. Like, I mean, let me tell you, bro. I look at it as I'm blessed, right? Coming out of Baltimore, 80s, 90s, a lot of the people I came up with didn't make it. Then I cross over and I go to the military, and I'm a combat job, being shot, being blown up, and I'm still here to be on this podcast to do 158.
Right.
I take what. House, I take that. That's a sense of pride. That's what I'm saying. So when it comes to the day that I pass on the house or whatever it may be to a child of mine, where you working, you think I'm just gonna give it to you?
All right, I work too hard to get here. That's the thing they don't get. Like, end of the day, kids, it's the littlest shit in the world. Like, it could be some Febreze, right? And it might sound crazy. Febreze, let's say $6. You spray that shit all crazy until you got to go buy Febreze. And then you be like, you know what? You get what I'm saying? Well, you got to go buy it again. It's crazy because it's the littlest shit in the world. We went to Disney World. Bria bought something at Disney World. It was a book or something. And it was like $40. She like, damn. She wasn't like, damn, but you get what I'm saying? When she spent her own bread, it hit different than when I'm cutting the check.
She was like Kevin Hart. Damn.
Yeah, the Don Cheadle shit, right? Goddamn. You get what I'm saying? That shit hit different when it's your own money. You get what I'm saying? It should just say, yo, I don't understand. I don't got food stamps. I would want food stamps, but so when y'all sit back here, y'all be wasting chicken or some shit. I'll be like, yo, y'all don't understand how much this pack of chicken just costs.
You on that bone? Yeah, break that down, make some chicken salad or something with that shit.
Yeah, I mean, like, yo, that should be real. So I'd be like, yo, I mean, it's a fine line. You know what I'm saying?
It's definitely a fine line.
All right, before we get out of here, I got one question for y'all.
Yeah, we ooze and noodles.
Would you say Candyman 5 times in front of a mirror, yo?
Yo,
hell no, I'm not. Fuck that.
Back in the day,
Nigga, not back in the day, not tomorrow.
Back in the day, I wouldn't have said that shit. I was like, Candyman.
Hey, yo.
Today, I'll say that. I ain't worried about that.
Hey,
shit.
listen. I got a confession. Might get a black card straight. I've never seen full Candyman all the way.
You're not by yourself.
Not the new.
You're not by yourself.
You get stripes for both of y'all.
Yo, listen, that's fine. Hey, yo, y'all seen the video that Terrence Howard, the Candy Mike? He like Candy Mike. He said, no, you gotta say Candy Mike. He said, I am saying it. It's Candy Mike. That shit is hilarious, man.
Candy Mike.
But yeah.
That's all I got. How y'all enjoying football so far this year?
Yo, shout out to the
Hold
on. Baby.
Yo, listen, hold on. This Raven shit is crazy. Because last week, I don't know who got a fucking monkey foot or some fucking rabbit foot. Y'all pulling out some shit. Yo, listen, I said back, yo, they about to lose this shit. And yo, Hollywood Brown. Hollywood Brown.
He said Hollywood
fucking Stan Ave.
Hey, yeah.
He dropped some passes though.
He dropped some touchdowns. We love Wood. Like, we're gonna give Wood a pass. I think the city give him a pass. But I ain't gonna lie. Some anonymous texts and tweets came through. Instead of Hollywood Brown, they called him Joppatown Brown.
Inglewood Brown.
Inglewood Brown. Hollandtown Brown.
The fuck? Compton Brown. What the fuck is going on?
Hollywood Brown. I love you, Hollywood.
Yeah, he dropped some shit, boy.
He did drop some shit though.
But
boy,
that motherfucker Tucker.
Yo, hell of a kick. Bro, when that shit bounced, I didn't know where it fell at because I'm aware of the rules enough to know it got to go back.
Yeah,
that thing said bang and went up, and the ref was like,
"Right,
you gotta watch both of them. Like,
well, the one on the left did it first, and then the one on the right looked at him like, yo, did that shit just go in? Like,
yo, that was crazy.
That's crazy. The ball boy was celebrating. He must have been a Raiders fan. Like, yo,
the ball boy, the end.
Crazy.
You can see him jumping. I was like, when they lined it up, I was like, all right, 60-yard field goal. There's like 66.
66.
I was like, yo.
And before that, because I watched Red Zone,
he was hitting 60 yards.
No. Who kicked the who
kicked the short?
Jackson. Arizona kicked the 68 and he missed it. And he ran it back 109, which is a hell of a play too.
Yard. Yep.
So that popped into my head too, like damn, but he hit that motherfucker.
Hey, so listen, I don't give it like I don't black people watch. Remember, black people watch football. Professional football has been pretty spectacular these first few weeks. Even like not Ravens, 109-yard missed field goal attempt, and it's like third on the list of shit to talk about. Like Aaron Rodgers and them did some shit last night.
Oh, the Chargers came down and fucking Kansas City
Chargers
came down and scored that touchdown.
The Browns is like competitive.
Oh, yeah. Justin Fields got sacked like 15 times.
Yeah.
It's some good football.
It's been some good balling. It's definitely been some good balling. I mean,
and then we got the NBA going into training camp. So, yeah, it's that time of the year.
Yeah, I'm glad for it, right? So it's to watch these
time of the year. Yeah,
watch these games. Sit back. I don't know about anybody else from Baltimore or any other team, but I literally lost my voice on Sunday screaming.
What JB said, his whole block was screaming.
Yeah.
When that ball hit that and went in,
that shit was that's going to go down as one of the biggest plays of the year. That might be like a SB winner or something.
It's going to go down more than who sings opera and hit a 66-yard field goal.
He sings opera.
He sings opera professionally.
Like legit.
Oh, yeah.
And performed at the Opera House.
And he
He
got a
sound
foot.
like, oh, that shit.
And
He's singing on the Royal Farms commercial, and that's really him.
And can sing and can hit a 66-yard field goal down in the world record. You look at the coaches, like they was like,
yo, Harbaugh been screaming. Harbaugh ain't got no fucking voice. He was screaming last week. He had what he had. He has y'all. Who the fuck is y'all running backs? I'm a running back. I didn't even know. I'm number 15. No, that's Hollywood old number. But y'all got everybody back there.
Monte Freeman.
Yeah, y'all got a Hall of Fame backfield. Like y'all got motherfucking Freeman. Y'all got who else? Y'all got
Davis Murray.
Murray been balling for y'all.
You got William.
Le'Veon's on the practice.
Le'Veon in practice squad, but he's gonna be coming up within the next 2 games.
The young boy Williams, I guess he done playing, huh?
No, he played this last game.
He ain't do shit though.
He's still, I mean, he's not
Murray taking them carries. Murray taking them carries away from him.
Murray was a great pickup for us. I personally I wouldn't have picked up Devontae Freeman. I would have go straight for Latavius Murray.
I ain't gonna lie. I ain't like Freeman getting Tyson Williams carries this weekend.
He did. Duvernay been looking solid out there too. Duvernay had some big catches, didn't he? On my tripping.
They got holding up the ball, man.
Who was the other receiver? Wasn't Duvernay getting off?
Duvernay got a touchdown after he fumbled.
Sammy looking good for y'all too. Sammy Walker's looking good for y'all too.
He dropped a few too.
Who did Sammy drop some?
Sammy dropped a couple too.
Sammy had the big one at the end, so I give him some reprieve.
Right. Hollywood though. Hollywood dropped some shit. You ain't supposed to be dropping no Hollywood.
I mean, you got hopefully we get Bateman back soon.
Hollywood dropped some shit like a fan at the pump passing a kick. I love you, Hollywood.
Yeah, yo, this
like
is brothers
the
talking shit.
Bounce off your head and hit your face and bounce off your head.
That shit was yo. He was salty as shit going back to the bench. Harbaugh had to give him the hug.
You can say that, like you couldn't, you can't say much like.
Yeah, listen, we ain't gonna keep. You ain't gonna get listen. He's looking. That rookie contract about to be up. You better start fucking playing. They taking money off that contract, but as we speak, that extension is crazy.
It's gonna be all right. They're negotiating room like that.
Right. Yeah, here go 100,000. But Joe, this is Brothers Talking Shit, episode 158. We back and we ain't going nowhere. Love y'all, fellas.
Love you, fellas.
Love y'all.
Yeah. Yo, hell of an episode, fellas.
Sure.
Let's go. We back. But look, I gotta help the wife get these groceries out the car. I see y'all.
Go do that.
All right.
Love y'all, man.
Love y'all. Peace.
Yeah.